Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Wednesday. We're getting closer and closer to the end of the book, the end of the day, the end of the year, the end of the week. Here we go. Everybody ready for New Year's training? Good morning, jakey bakey from the Bahamas or Miami or New York or wherever you are. Good to see you, JP. That's right, the J Stone is here just in time. Colleen, happy holidays. Christina, got your message. I will be back to you today. I want to catch up and help. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's get some questions rolling. Don't forget, Friday's training is Thursday. Thursday's training is early, and it is to set the year right. Let's get this up here. We'll pin that up there. If you want my books, guides, exercise, you want me to ship it, sign it, I'll send it to you. Let's go, Mikey Mike. David@dmeltzer.com. Write it down, David@dmeltzer.com. You can see where to text our community, 949-298-2905. 949-298-2905. Always good to be here. All right, the questions are rolling in. Here we go. Favorite moment of the year? Favorite moment of the year. It's so hard for that. God, there are too many. I just have to tell you, there is so many great moments. Every day there's great moments that I have. I think, having all my kids home was the best part of the year for me, and those dinners. So here we go. What text platform do you use? I use Community. You can join my text community 949-298-2905. Wake it up, David. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Email me. If you, 2-Minute Drill's coming out, and 2-Minute Drill will be out on January 8th on Bloomberg TV, Amazon Prime Video. If you want to try out for season 2, it's on. Season 2 is on. Try out dmeltzer.com/pitch or email me, david@dmeltzer.com. All righty, here. Let's get some more questions going. Best platform to meet people and network. In person, on the phone, via email, traditional media, and social media. All of those are great places because you know one question. Do you know anyone that can help me? And if you know that, you're now connected to thousands of people who connect you to thousands of people. It's just a matter of asking and being disciplined and consistent in asking. It doesn't matter if you're a stop sign, a subway, a billboard, an Instagram live. It doesn't matter. Do you know anyone that can help me build up and empower over 1 billion people to be happy? Do you know anyone that can help me? I'm looking for 1,000 people to help me. Over 1,000. How do you keep your energy up daily to fight procrastination specifically? Well, number one, I separate motivation from inspiration. So if I need to get up, I get up. Motivate will get me up, get me back up, get me started, get me back started. But inspiration is the continual practice of enjoying the consistent, persistent pursuit of my potential. So that's what we do, and that's what it is. What is the best way to prepare for the pitch competition? Practice, video yourself, do it in front of other people, practice, video yourself, do it in front of other people, the mirror, etc. I would video myself every day doing it and give it a minimum amount of, if it's a 2-minute pitch, I'd give it a minimum of 10 minutes a day practicing every day on video or in front of other people and getting feedback and giving yourself feedback. Do you believe in Zodiac and do you use it in your life? I believe in Zodiac and I use it in my life for 2 specific reasons. 1, it has no risk. 2, it works for me. You too can do anything that you want as long as it has no risk, and 2, it works for you. So if you like to wear the same pair of socks every day, go for it. If it works for you, very little risk except for maybe a little bit of a foot fungus, but if you wash them, you'd be okay. What will look like 2021? If I knew, I'd be a billionaire and give it all to charity. The only thing I know about 2021 is just as uncertain as 2020, 2019. And so what I do is focus on the inside to find what I want outside. I take inventory of my own values every day, but I have no idea other than it's going to be wonderful. You know why? Because you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. You find the light, the love, and the lessons. And everything that we do is Dr. Adams here. Anne-Marie, are you here? I'm looking for you. Let's see. Would love for her to join. Jakey Bakey, what do you think? Are we good to go? Let me take a few more questions. Keep them coming. They're great. I love them. How to stay motivated to work out. Lower the bar. Put a minimum amount of time to work out every day. Make sure you do it. And if you just have to lower the bar as far as putting on your shoes, do it that far. I did that to get started. Name your favorite book. Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill. That's a good one too. All right, let's keep the questions coming. Looking for Anne Marie. If you're here on the holiday, let me know. What's something you keep receiving a no for, and how often are you asking? Well, I only take 3 no's because then I walk away, right? I only take 3 no's, then I walk away. So, in the midst of what I'm looking for, that's the practice, the 3 no rule. If you want to learn more about it, it's in my books. I'll give you my books for free. I'll sign them. I'll ship them. I'll pay for shipping. David@dmeltzer.com. If you want to come to trainings or missed any trainings, Spotify features them. Entrepreneur features them. Every platform, you can find it. The playbook. Like it, share it. I would be grateful if you could help me empower over 1 billion people to be happy by listening and sharing and liking the playbook. I certainly would appreciate that. Thank you very much. Email me, david@dmeltzer.com, or join my text community, 949-298-2905. How do you avoid worrying? I don't avoid worrying. What I do is I practice not worrying. Just like I practice ending fear, because worry is an ego-based emotion. It's a subsidiary to fear. It's a secondary fear, unlike the primal fears of fight, feed, flight, and the other F word. Joseph Storzinger in the house. And then I am a ferocious Buddha, and I stop, drop, and roll. Stop, identify what I'm worrying about, drop, breathe through my nose, out through my mouth, and find center or peace, and roll in the right direction. How to distribute your YouTube channel and podcast consistently. Keep posting on there, and keep posting and keep posting and keep posting. Push buttons, everybody. Enjoy. That's good. All righty. Let's see here. 3 things to be successful. 1, be grateful. 2, be forgiving. 3, be accountable. If you are grateful, you'll have the right perspective. You'll be able to find the light, the love, and the lessons in everything, and share the light and love and lessons with everyone. If you're forgiving, not only will you have peace, but it will be the closest thing to certainty that you have as you aspire to forgive the unforgivable. And accountability gives you control. It gives you control because you ask yourself, what did I do to attract this to myself, and what am I supposed to learn from it? I'm reading Wishes Fulfilled by Wayne Dyer. One of my favorites. Again, one of my favorites, Power of Intention by Wayne Dyer as well. If you could tell your younger self one thing, what it would be? It would be to ask, to be radically humble. Ask for help. The fastest way to get to where you want to be is to find someone that's already there and ask them for directions. I was too egotistical to ask for help. I thought it would diminish my capacity and dissolve my credibility, but instead it would have accelerated my position if I simply would have found somebody that sat in the situation I was in and asked them for help. Ask, especially powerful people that had to get help in order to get where they are, which is 100% of the people. They love to help, especially young people. So please ask. 2 things that I learned before I was 3 that changed my life is, number 1, asking, and 2, being grateful. How do you stay humble as your audience grows? It's not the audience, right? For me, it's the ambassadors, right? It's the amount of people that will empower another 1,000 to empower another 1,000. And so for me, radical humility is a practice of ending fear. It's a practice of staying out of ego-based consciousness. It's a practice of telling myself I don't know what I don't know. And the more that I learn, the more I realize there's more to know, and I need help. That all keeps me humble and gracious, forgiving, and accountable. When was the last time you accelerated in the wrong direction, and how long did it take you to stop? I got into a argument with JP over there, my employee. A lot of different things were going on, and it took me about 45 seconds to stop. So usually it's minutes and moments for me. And that's what makes my life so blessed. Is my life perfect? Not a chance. Is my life happy all the time? Not a chance. But I only spend minutes and moments out of healthy, happy, and high vibration. Minutes and moments every day. As my ego takes over, my fear, primal and secondary fears take over, I have learned to control that, etc. well, look here. What do you do to motivate yourself? Routines, adaptable routines help a lot. Do you have new intentions that you've set for 2021? I don't. They change every day. So I have short, mid, and long term intentions that I set upon taking inventory of my values every day. So I guess in some effect, since we're at December 30th, I do have new intentions set on the midterm and long term. But they change every day. I'm not afraid of being a hypocrite. And moving forward from there, I know I still am on the mission. My biggest goal, my biggest mission is to empower over 1 billion people to be happy, spread the virus of happiness, strengthen everybody mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and financially, to make a lot of money, help a lot of people, and have a lot of fun. How has A Course in Miracles helped you? Well, it helped me, number one, build my habit machine because it's difficult to do every day. 2, it taught me forgiveness. 3, it taught me peace. So it's helped me probably as much, if not more, than any other thing that I've done. How do you kick bad habits? Practice kicking them. Spend minutes and moments in the bad habits. Surround yourself with the right people, the right idea, not the people that have the bad habits that you don't want, but people that have the good habits that you do. Show me your friends, and I'll show you your future. You got that, Jakey? Show me your friends, and I'll show you your future. What's your most proud accomplishment of 2020? Besides the accomplishments of my children and empowering them, and all the mentees that I have that at the end of the year here are taking inventory and telling me how much they've grown, accelerated, and how happy they are. My personal projects, I think 2-minute drill is my greatest success. It airs January 8th. I'm the executive producer, host, and creator, and it was a big venture, a big risk, and it paid off. January 8th on Bloomberg TV and Amazon Prime Video, and I love it. It's just an awesome show, and I can't wait for it to be shared with everyone. So thank you for that, everyone. Alrighty, I'm looking around here. Marisa must have slept in on the request line. If you want to go ahead and DM at dr.annemarie.adams. She was supposed to join us today, the Hartford Guardian. She's the editor and publisher of the Hartford Guardian. Would love to have her on here. So just give her a ping and tell her we missed her today. That'd be nice. At dr.annemarie.adams. Do you exercise every day to maintain your energy and health? Absolutely. A minimum of an hour a day on my health every single day. Stretching, balance, cardio, strength, all of it. Every day I do something, every single day, a minimum of an hour a day. My health is the number one non-negotiable priority value that I have. Do you still feel fear of failure? Yeah, every once in a while, just for minutes and moments. Very, a few amount of time. Not even terrible English, but that's all right. All right, quick question too, Justine McDonald. I'm not sure you're coming on to ask a question. Let me see who's here. Sean. That's weird. All right, keep them coming. Keep the questions coming. Here we go. Sir, how to avoid people who drain our energy and talk negative? That's connected to goodness. You email me, david@dmeltzer.com. I'll teach you cancel, clear, connect. I'll teach you the stop, drop, and roll. I'll teach you to be a ferocious Buddha. I will give you my book for free, sign it, send it to you, and ship it, and pay for shipping. david@dmeltzer.com. Just reach out to me. I'd love to help you. Join my text community. It's listed 2 ways, up top and down below. 949-298-2905. The Goal Chasers, my gosh. Here we go. Welcome, Justine. I think we have a quick 5 minutes together to ask a few questions. Hi.
Hello.
I love your background. That's cool.
Thank you.
How are you?
I am fantastic. How are you?
Fantastic as well. Thank you for joining me. I heard that you may have a few questions for me.
Yeah, so I am so interested to hear more about, the way that we can implement mindset into our life. I am a mindset coach. I primarily deal with moms. And I know my business essentially was created because I was very goal-oriented when I was younger, before I had kids, and I had a hard time kind of putting that to the forefront and making that a priority for myself with so many other needs around me. So how do we do that? How do we help ourselves? And how do we get back to that space?
What a great question. Thank you so much. In fact, I'm doing a training in January called Mommy Issues. So you have to join me. It'll be perfect for you. So anyone that has mommy issues, join me and Justine on in January. I'll let you know. So what I do is implement 4 values and 5 daily practices in order to create a mindset and a practice of mindset, a practice of heart set, and a practice of the conscious. And those are the 3 practices that are all integrated together within what we perceive, which is our mindset. So number 1, if we can create a lens of gratitude where we find the light, the love, and the lesson, where pain is just an indicator, a turn signal to put us into a better place, a better situation, and we're constantly seeking lessons by enjoying the consistent, persistent pursuit of our potential, that's a great start on mindset, because we learn to and train to see the glass as overflowing, not even half full, overflowing. And then 2, as you know, forgiveness or empathy is extremely important in mindset, because we get peace. We don't waste energy and time and resources and money with the need to be right, offended, separate, inferior, superior, anxious, frustrated, angry, etc. 3, accountability. It takes away a lot of fear because it gives us control. So many of your clients, I'm sure, go below the line and blame, shame, and justification instead of taking accountability, which also integrates itself into finding lessons, because we ask ourselves, what did I do to attract this to myself? And what am I supposed to learn from it? Distinguishing it from liability, which is more about damages and blame. We're talking about accountability, which is a higher source of knowing what you're supposed to learn and why you're attracting through the laws of gravity, the law of Goya, and the law of attraction to yourself. And then inspiration is the 4th, understanding the difference between motivation and inspiration, understanding not only that we're connected to everyone and everything, but also we're connected to the greatest source of light, love, and lessons. Those are the 4 values that we do. Now, the 5 daily practices that we implement those values in are very simple. Take inventory of your own values, personal, experiential, giving, and receiving every day. Don't be afraid of changing your mind, being a hypocrite. Important for a mindset to know that you're growing, expanding, and adaptable. That's why I have an adaptable routine besides my set routine. Then ask. One of the things that I'm sure you have seen with your clients is they're afraid to ask for help. The easiest way to get to where you want to be is ask directions from someone that's already there. So make sure that you're pushing and training people to ask, do you know anyone that could help me? Finding sponsors and power sponsors, not just assuming there's gatekeepers with void shortages and obstacles, looking and seeking what we don't want, what's missing, what other people want from us. Instead, if we can, by asking for help, we're allowing what we want to happen and voting for what we want. Then make sure all your clients are studying. One of the key resources of the mindset to me, and understanding mindset, heart set, and the consciousness, is the ability to pay attention to what you want and give intention to what you want. In fact, I call that the mathematical equation of luck. Attention plus intention equals coincidence. And those coincidences are why people think you're so lucky. The 4th thing is to do it now. People say stay present. I train people 100% of the things you do now get done. The difference between successful people and great mindset is people get stuff done compared to those who don't. The only way to do that is, number 1, to ask yourself, can I do it now according to the values and the plans that I have? Or 2, utilizing Roosevelt's matrix of importance and urgency, where do I place it in my calendar and when, in order to effectuate getting it done? If it's not important or urgent, then I just delegate it to somebody else. And then finally, not to be repetitive, but most importantly, practice ending fear, as I stated earlier in the show. Ferocious Buddha, practice ending fear, identify fear, stop when you're in fear. Don't try to resist it. Go over it, under it, through it, around it. Don't try to fight it. Just find the key by breathing, dropping down to center, to your higher neutral self, meditation, and then roll in the right trajectory. So if you use those 4 daily values, gratitude, forgiveness, accountability, and inspiration, in the context of those 5 practices: 1, taking inventory of values; 2, asking and attracting; 3, being a student, effectuating the mathematical equation of luck, doing it now, and practicing ending fear, you will find that not only will you have a great mindset through 2021, but a heart set of how you feel about what you see and perceive, and most importantly, dealing in all 3 consciousnesses evolving, accelerating, growing, and expanding consciously, subconsciously, and unconsciously. Does that sound fair?
I love that so much.
Good. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to helping you. Please come to my mommy issue training. Just register at david@dmeltzer.com. Reach out anytime. I'd love to have you back on and hear more about what you're doing. Does that sound good?
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Have a great, Justine. Have a great year.
You too.
Take care. Thank you. Happy
Thank you.
holidays.
You too.
Awesome. The Goal Chaser. Check her out at The Goal Chasers. Justine McDonald, great coach and humble enough to come in and ask for a question to help everyone. Love it. How much crap are you going to throw the wrestling community? You got the wrong Dave Meltzer. Wilson, my friend, I am David Meltzer. That's Dave Meltzer. He's older than me, better looking than me, and he's the wrestling guy. I'm more an inspirational author, speaker, entrepreneur, 2-minute drill, elevator pitch, the playbook, connected to goodness, compassionate capitalism, game time decision making, unstoppable, creating the life you love, things like that. So go Google Dave, D-A-V-E Meltzer, the wrestling guy. He is awesome and he will help you. So thank you. Got to keep everybody straight today, man. We get into the end of the year and we missed Dr. Anne Marie Adams, Justin McDonald, and my friend's coming on in a few minutes, and he's one of the greatest real estate gurus that I know. Bringing him on at the end of the year to give me some advice to what to do with all the real estate and cash that we have in order to effectuate making more money, helping more people, and having more fun. Join me tomorrow for Friday training. I know it's Thursday, but it's New Year's Eve, and we're going to do it early, and we're going to do it about how to set our goals and achievements, etc. We're going to have a great training and New Year's training tomorrow, choosing between careers, jobs, etc. How do you choose? Utilize the 4 values and the 5 daily practices that I just gave you. That's the best way to do that. Let's get it on here. Do you have new intent? Oh, I did that one already. Sorry, I'm getting there. Join my text community, 949-298-2905. Awesome. Here we go. Which of the 5 daily practices was the toughest to be consistent with? Well, the hardest one is practicing ending fear, right? Because it's never ending. The student of the calendar is easy for me to do every day. It's at what level I do it. Doing it now. I think asking is the hardest one because it involves humility. It involves all the other 3. And so that's kind of where we're going with that. Good question, though. Let me see here. How do you find people with the same goals? What you pay attention to and what you give intention to creates the coincidences you want. Surround yourself with the right people, the right ideas, and show me your friends and I'll show you your future. You find a few people that have the same objectives as you or bigger or better objectives than you, they're going to surround themselves with the same as well. So, be very conscious about the people and the ideas you surround yourself with. Pay attention to, give intention to what you want, and you will have what you need. The law of gravity, the law of Goya, and the law of attraction all combined. Andy is here. I didn't see Andy here. Jakey, what's going on? At Andy Carter? Andy Dane Carter? Let me see. I'll look for him. Where's my boy? All right. I must have missed it. Hold on. Oh, there he is. Verified. All right. My man, blessing us with his presence. How are you?
What's happening, David?
You're awesome, man. How are I think I began my year with you, and I get to end my year with you. Thank you so much for joining me, first of all.
No, of course, brother. Thank you so much for having me on.
You're awesome. Hey, I got to ask you. So I sold, my commercial building. I listened to you. I got cast up all year long, waiting for opportunity in 2021 or maybe 2022. So I thought maybe you could share, I put myself in the position. What should I be waiting or looking for as I enter 2021?
Great question. And I have this exact conversation pretty much daily right now with all my investors across the country. There's a lot of people that are going to watch the first quarter. They're going to watch what happens, with this. It's going to go left or right. What's going to happen, with the like 1031 exchange issues that they're really trying to do away with, which would be horrible for the real estate industry. We have a lot of people that we've literally moved to cash, very similar to yourself, which I think is very wise. We're probably going to see a pretty solid market for 2021 across the board. Certain issues, you know, with the space of commercial, there could be some huge opportunities there. So we're pretty much teed up to slowly walk from like how we're going to get properties, how we're going to vet them, how they're going to be, and then it's the complete it's a complete shift for the space of residential real estate. It's pistol hot, the team's exploding, we're doing way more transactions than we could have ever imagined, and it's just a really busy market because of COVID and because of people trading up and trading down. So it's a great space to be in across the board.
Oh, awesome. And any of lessons that came out this year? You know, real estate to me is my favorite thing to invest in. And because of my legal background, most people don't think about it in this context, but I do. Our entire system was based off of protecting the landowner. And you talk about 1031 exchange, you talk about taxes, you talk about all types of different issues, interest rates. It really evolves around making sure people have a place to live. Renters, owners, commercial, all of these things are really all the way back to the Constitution, why we came over here based off of the landowner. What was your biggest lesson in 2020 that you learned after, you know, there's always lessons. We've been in real estate a long time, you and I, but there's always a lesson there. You're like, oh my God, I've never seen this before, or, you know, this is really enlightening. Was there one thing that really stood out to you?
100%. It was communicate with your tenants. We sent out letters to every tenant as soon as this thing hit, and we got way in front of it. I'm talking like the first week it happened, we sent specific letters to every tenant. We said, listen, we know everybody's going to struggle with this. Please let us know your exact situation and we'll help you. We came from it from a place of heart and place to help, and we still to this month have 98% collections because we just communicated with our tenants. We're like, look, here's some new leases. So we got all new leases for everybody and said, look, if you can only pay like 60% on the 5th and like the rest on the 25th, that's fine. But let's get it in writing and let's do it the right way to protect you and to protect us. And I would say out of the whole portfolio, we had one person who was a pain, but they've been a pain since the beginning. So it's just the same old thing in business, right? It's you have to over communicate with everybody involved. Same thing with our investors, but it's still great to be a landlord because it comes from the term Lord of the Land. It's been around for a long time. There are still incredible tax laws to protect it. And still, we literally printed just about $3 trillion, and we just signed a bill to print another almost $3 trillion. Having your money in hard assets is the only thing to hedge that. That's it.
Yeah. And it's always the best inflation killer, right? Owning a property kills inflation. And then there's the state stuff that is also involved. Now, I have a couple specific ones as well. I'm looking at downtown areas. You know, Manhattan specifically just been beat to crap. I've traveled the world for over 35 years. Paris, New York, London, they will never die. They might and when you can get a bargain in Manhattan, I say take it. What are some of the things that we should be looking at if you're looking at downtowns right now?
No, and that's a tremendous point, David. We're looking heavily at all the T1 cities because guess what? The T1 cities didn't get wiped out like during the Great Depression. They're not going to get wiped out this time. Here's the thing. The Spanish flu hit, right? Spanish flu was catastrophic. It was horrible. What happened right after that? The Roaring 20s. It was the biggest boom this country had ever seen. And then with some horrible things in place, then we had the Great Depression. There's a lot of top economists that say this is going to be bananas for the next 2 or 3 years. It's going to be hard to tell, so we're being super cautious. But those huge Manhattan is never going anywhere. There are people that will look back and be like, I got the most smoking deal of my life in 2021, and now it's 2030, and they've got like 3-4 million bucks in equity. No, it's a tremendous time right now to be looking at T1 cities.
Yeah, and make sure that you look at the maintenance on top of the purchase. That's the only thing I tell people when it comes to the cities, because there will be a transformation. A lot of these commercial spaces will become what I call convertible spaces. We'll be moving young executives and millennials into these convertible spaces where they're working in the high rise, and the office building will be much smaller, but they'll start making little apartments out of what used to be the bigger offices. I see that coming as well. Where else should we be looking for 2021? Is there any other areas that you see? Like, one of the things I'm looking at is restaurants. My experience has been with restaurants is, look, people will close their restaurant because of this, but there's always somebody else that's willing to pick up a pot and a pan and try their home recipes, or some franchise that's popping off. And so there's a huge demand for those spaces.
No, it's absolutely massive. There's some really cool stuff that's going on right now. People have gotten very used to having stuff delivered to their house, delivered to their office. There's these gigantic spaces that are like these humongous warehouses, and they're putting all these little restaurants within these warehouses, and that's the hub for all these things, you know, like a whatever, on like Grubhub, you know, on like Uber Eats, all that stuff. There's always going to be tremendous opportunity. Here's the thing with the space of, and I love the restaurant space, and we have one that's super successful in Long Beach, and it's been closed, but we're still doing to-goes, we're still doing Liberties. We can do cocktails to go in the state of California for the first time in history. So believe me, we're capitalizing on that. They're not giving out more liquor licenses. So if you can buy like an incredible liquor license that are very hard to get because a restaurant closed, you will have a monopoly on the whole city. So we have 2 in escrow right now because of, like, they're impossible to get, and their values are doubling and tripling right now because of the market. So it's super sad. There's always opportunity with crisis, but at the same time, you can still be of service and help. This is a great opportunity for so many entrepreneurs to partner with local restaurants, to give them like a little bit of a cash infusion, and like take 20, 30, 40% of their business and then use their brain to help them market, add value. There's so many things out there.
That's so true. And then investing with you, you know, we specifically, how do people invest with you? What are some of the ways that people can make an investment with you or through you? What are some of the ways that they do that?
Sure. So we do a few syndications right now. We've scaled it back. It's for seasoned, accredited investors only. That's the only people that we talk to. So
where do I make out my check?
Yeah, exactly. You're official. It's super easy. Shoot me a DM here on Instagram. I talk to a lot of investors, and there's a process to vet, but we're super selective. Like, just because like there's not that many deals that we do, but they're all home runs. So we're super selective.
Yeah, and I can tell you through history, I've seen the home runs that keep hitting. You remind me of Tatis Jr. I just know you got a big future ahead of you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's been fun. It's been really fun.
Yeah, it has, hasn't it? And it's just so nice to see you. And, you know, we talked right at the beginning of, I think right at the beginning in March, we were on, and after talking to you, I went and listed my building and sold it from 5% from the top of the market. It was commercial real estate, a legal building, you know, just a law firm building, which I felt I could trade it out into something much more lucrative as the changes were occurring. So I appreciate the advice that you give. And I appreciate, I'm going to be doing some work with you in 2021. So I've cashed up. Hopefully I can make your qualified list. I'll be DMing you. Okay.
I love it, brother.
Thank you, man. I'll catch up next year. Have a happy, healthy new year. Thank you for all your great advice and helping so many people.
You too, brother. Thank you so much, David. Bye-bye.
Take care. Happy New Year. The great Andy Dane Carter. If you haven't checked him out, he's at Andy Dane Carter. DM him. And it's, you know, for me, I can't put my time, emotion, and energy in managing the real estate. So I got to use someone like Andy to go ahead and just take my check and take care of me. So awesome day. Let's take a couple more questions here. It is Wednesday, if I do not get that wrong. Last question. Wanting something too much seems to make it more difficult to attain. Absolutely. Often, when you stop obsessing over it, it shows up. That's because when you attach your emotions to the outcome, it creates resistance because you're fighting time. When you allow things to happen at the right way at the perfect time, it speeds it up. So quit creating the obstacles, the voids, and the shortages by thinking about what you don't want, what's missing, the mistakes, or attaching your emotions to an outcome. Attach your emotions to making it happen, to the law of gravity, the law of Goya, and the law of attraction. Attach your emotions to enjoying the consistent, persistent pursuit of your potential. Allow yourself to be not only persistent and fierce and ferocious, but peaceful and allowing. It's a blend of patience and persistence, a difficult blend that only occurs just like the currency blend of money and faith. We need to know that we are exactly where we're supposed to be. Thank you, Andy. Once again, man, you are a hero. Once again, you are exactly where you're supposed to be, angling with everything you got, everything you have, enjoying the consistent, persistent pursuit of your potential, everything that you have, but having faith that you're going to end up with something better. That's what my friend Andy Dane Carter does. That's what Justine does. That's what my team does. We work our best at practicing and ending fear. Make it happen in 2021, everyone. Join me tomorrow for training. Email me, david@dmeltzer.com. Check all the replays. Spotify features the playbook. Entrepreneur features the playbook. Every platform features the playbook. Share it. Like it. Let's make it the biggest podcast in 2021. We already have the tops of a few different charts. Let's make it worldwide, everyone. Share it, save it. Thank you, everybody. Remember, tomorrow, training, david@dmeltzer.com. Join my text community, 949-298-2905. And most importantly, everybody, be kind to your future self and do good deeds. We'll see you tomorrow training real early. Thanks. Happy New Year.